There you go, Shotaro. Nice. All right. Very good. Okay, so right now we have 4 people. Maybe more people will come, but I don't know. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? Like this. Very good. Nice. All right, it's in reactions. Very good. Okay, so today I've got some different things for us to do, but we are going to try a slightly different style of lesson. So let me show you my presentation. Ooh. All right, move this around. So today is our 4th lesson, and here's our goals. So, of course, always our goal is to practice simple English conversation. Every time our goal is to talk as much as possible. But today we're going to focus on contrast the main differences of university and university life. So we're going to talk about things that are different. And the last thing we're going to do is practice agreeing and disagreeing. So I think this is difficult for some people because I think in Japanese school, debate is very rare. But in America, we have debate every week. We debate each other and give our opinions. So today we're going to try it a little about our opinions. Okay, so let's start. Oh, before we do this, let's warm up. So I think first, let's try a short warm up. It's like stretching, but English. So I think probably everyone has been speaking Japanese all day. So let's try to kind of change to English with a simple conversation. So as always, we will do conversation tennis, but simple things. So let's start with a simple question. Hold on. Let me add the other screen. All right. So let's start with a simple question. Super simple. Let's talk about our day in English. So I choose Kimiko. What did you do today?
I got the I cleaned my room.
Oh, okay. Can you say more?
I got out the garbage.
Perfect. Okay, stop. So we have a new person, Shingo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good. And Kana is here too, but Kana, you came yesterday, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. So since Shingo is new, let me very quickly explain conversation tennis for everyone, just very quickly. So Shingo, in conversation tennis, oh, it's coming. There we go. In conversation tennis, you have to ask a question to a person. Next, you have to answer with a long answer. And then you choose a new person and ask a question. So now I asked Kimiko, what did you do today? She said, I cleaned my room, I took out the trash, and when she's finished, owattara, she will choose the next person, Kana toka, Shingo toka, Shotaro, and make a new question. All right? So, Kimiko, can you choose someone else and make a new question? Just simple conversation question.
Anna, what did you do today?
I studied all day because I have 3 exams next week, so I study hard.
Wow. All right. So Kana, can you choose someone and make a new question?
Okay. Shotaro, what did you do today?
I went to school and analyzing my research. So what did you do, Shingo, today?
うーん。I joined the activity of archaeological study research group.
Wow. Yeah. Does anyone know what archaeological means? Archaeology. So let's start with archaeology. Shingo, what is archaeology?
考古学。
There you go. Yeah. So that's, oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh no. So yeah, archaeology, that's amazing. Cool. Wow. So, really quickly. So I know that Shingo, so maybe is your major archaeology?
No, no.
No. Oh, wow. Just fun?
Yes, I like history very much.
Okay. Got it. Very good. So let's ask one more question. This time, let's ask, what is your major? So I'll start with, well, Shingo, yeah. What is your major?
I am a student of Faculty of Medicine.
Medicine. Oh, wow. Okay. Medicine. So can you choose someone and pass the question?
Kana, what is your major?
I major in humanity, but I'm a first grade of student, so I learn liberal arts every day. When I am second grade, I become second grade. I'm going to major in history. World
History. Oh, world history from second grade. Wow.
Yes.
All right. Kana, can you pass the question?
Okay. Kimiko, what is your major?
My major is region development. Next year, I will learn about climate change, like environmental issues. Okay.
Very good.
So, Shotaro, what is your major?
Major in engineering. Especially I studying plastic from biomaterial.
Oh, wow. Maybe bioplastics?
Yes.
Very cool. All right. I think that's everybody. There's only 4 people today, right? Right now on my screen, I can only see 2 people, so I don't know how many people there are. Yeah, 4. Okay. So for me, when I was in university, I studied psychology. Actually, I studied cognitive science. And my focus was language in the brain. How does language change your thinking? So like bilingual people think differently than monolingual people and things like wow, everyone's very different. Medicine, history, region development, engineering, and psychology. I think we have every style of major. If we had an artist, we would be safe. We need a writer or a painter, and we have everything. We're a good team. Okay, so very good. This question will really help you when you talk to the Russian students in the future about university. Everybody forgets the word major, so please don't forget. You don't want to say specialty or something. Major is the perfect word. What is your major? And the way to answer it, you can say, I major in something, like the college or school. So like I major in medicine. I major in history. Okay. Yeah. Or you can say I am like, let's use a different one. How about psychology? I can't spell today. Psychology major. So you can use it two ways. You can use major as a verb, SVOV, or I am a psychology major. Oh, I did this wrong. Okay, it's very, very useful whenever you talk to other university students. Okay, so of course, after some classes, I will send you all of these questions. At the end of this course, after December, I am going to take every question and make one sheet with every good question, so you can use it to talk to the Russian students. But if you want to write it down now, you can too. What is your major? Okay, is everyone ready? So today's topic, today's purpose is contrasting two ideas, telling the difference between two ideas. What is different? Yesterday, I gave you a paper, an article with one student's opinion about studying in America. It was this, University Life in America. So this is a short opinion article. Let me move this. A short opinion article, opinion by Kazuaki Aya. So it's a Japanese student who studied in an American university for 2 years. So she went to America for university and came back to Japan. And this article is her opinion. So it's very important that you understand it's an opinion, not facts. So we're going to talk about opinions. Yeah. So in the article, I highlighted things in green. Oh, but before we go on, can you see everything? If yes, say thumbs up. On this document, can you see everything? Yes? Okay. Sometimes Zoom makes it small. Sorry, I want to check. Sometimes Zoom cuts it like here. So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about these green parts today. So for example, Shingo, of course, maybe you didn't read it. It's okay, no problem. We're only going to talk about the small green parts. Okay, let's go back to the article. So first, the first thing to talk about is housing. Housing is a topic that's very different with each country. And for example, in America, it's different in each university, depending on if you're in the city or in the mountains or in the countryside, it's a little bit different. But the most important thing here that she talks about is that freshmen in many US schools are required to stay in the dorm for the first year. The most important thing here is required. Do you know required? It means you have to. So for us, our first year of university, we must stay in the dorm. Dorm is dormitory. Maybe you've heard the word dormitory. Let me make this bigger. Dormitory, like a student hotel, but you live there. So, does everyone know freshman? Does anyone know freshman? Can you give me a thumbs up for, okay, Shotaro, what is a freshman?
First grade students.
Yeah, perfect. So freshman is year one, first grade, right? Do you know 2, 3, 4? Does anybody know the names of 2, 3, 4? If you do, give me a thumbs up. Oh, Shotaro, give me one more, 2, 3, or 4, just one.
Sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah, perfect. All right, does somebody else know 3 or 4? A different person? No? All right, Shotaro, give me 3 and 4.
Junior.
Yeah. And?
Senior.
Perfect. So in university, these are the names of each year. I'm going to make this a little bit easier to read. Yeah, we'll say year. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. This is each name. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. In America. Maybe also other countries, but definitely America. Very good. So I'm going to go back to the slide now. So freshmen, especially freshmen, must stay in a dorm. But most Japanese students do not often stay at a school dorm. So here with you 4 people, if you stay in a dorm, can you give me a thumbs up? Anybody? Yeah, Shingo stays in a dorm. Cool. Yeah, I've had, in the past, I've had many friends at Kanazawa University, and very few people stay in dorms of my friends. But it's really fun. I really enjoyed staying in the dorm when I was in school, because you stay together with your friends and you're never alone. You always have people to talk to. It's very nice. So today's purpose is to talk about different things. So here are the 2 different things, right? She said, freshmen in many US schools are required to stay in a dorm. In Japanese university, most Japanese students do not often stay at a school dorm. So this is the green words here. So what we are going to try to do, we're going to try to make English sentences using these ideas, right? And last time I taught you these words: instead of, on the other hand, unlike, rather than, in contrast, and different than. So we're going to take these 2 ideas and try to make sentences using these different words. Because this is a new activity, I will go first. So I'm going to use, I'll use on the other hand, right? So I need to move my computer here. Okay, so I will say, American students stay in dorms, period. On the other hand, many Japanese students don't. So I used on the other hand. Ooh, this is not thick enough. There we go. On the other hand. You can think of it like on the other hand. This is an idiom. Do you have this phrase in Japanese using hands, on the other hand? Is there a similar phrase? Does anyone know a phrase in Japanese with on the other hand? No? Okay, it's an idiom. So American students, Japanese students, on the other hand. This is very popular for differences. Okay, so I want someone else to give it a try. So if you want to try, raise your hand. You can choose instead of, unlike, rather than, in contrast, different than. Anything is okay. Does someone want to try? You can thumbs up or raise your hand. Does anyone want to try? Kimiko. Okay, Kimiko, which one do you want to try?
Unlike
Unlike. Okay, go ahead.
American students don't use notebook when they taking a note. Unlike most Japanese students use notebook when they are taking taking note.
When This is Japanese. Sorry, I can't write fast enough. Yeah, so yeah, this is also students. American students don't use notebooks when they are taking notes, unlike most Japanese students use notebooks. So one thing here, you have to have kankei daimeshi, who. Unlike most Japanese students who use notebooks when they are taking notes. Yeah, perfect. Unlike. You got it. Yeah, so unlike just means not like. Very simple. Unlike. Yeah. So Kimiko, if you want to make it short, you can say unlike Japanese students, comma, American students don't use a notebook. You can make it very short if you start with unlike. Unlike Japanese students, comma, American students don't use notebooks when taking notes.
Okay.
Really? Does everyone think this? American students don't use a notebook? This is interesting. Oh, so Kimiko, what do American students do? What's your idea? Instead of notes, what do they do?
Laptop.
Okay. Yes, you're right. I thought you meant they don't take notes, just nothing, just listen and go home. Got it. You're right. Yeah, many students use notebooks or iPad. It's very, very common. When I was in university, I used a laptop. Very good. Unlike. Let's try one more, only one more. Does someone else want to try? No? I wonder if I can add this same page again. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we did unlike and on the other hand. Let's get one more person. Just try. If you can use this and this. American students stay in dorms, Japanese students don't stay in dorms. Try to use these ideas with one of these words. Just to make English. Yeah, Shingo, awesome. Give it a try. Do you want to use instead of, rather than, in contrast, or different than?
Instead of.
Instead of, nice. Okay, go ahead.
American students stay in the dormitory. However, Japanese student live live in their own apartment instead of staying in a dormitory.
Very good. Instead of staying in a dormitory. Let's just say instead of a dormitory. I think it's easier. Very good. American students stay in a dorm. However, Japanese students live in their own apartments instead of a dorm. Very good. If you want to, just this is okay too. Japanese students live in their own apartments. It's easier. Yeah. But yours is fine, no problem. Like bunpo teki ni toka. It's very good. Yeah. So Japanese students live in their own apartments instead of a dorm, or instead of living in a dorm, staying in a dorm. Perfect. Yeah. Instead of, on the other hand, unlike. So let's take a look at some other examples. I tried to make one example for each one. So here are my examples. For example, American students usually stay in a dorm instead of in an apartment, toka, in a house, toka, instead of something. So I didn't write this because I don't know. I don't know where Japanese students live. So Shingo, you said in an apartment. Is this true? Do most Japanese students stay in an apartment? Everyone? Yes? No? Yes? Nice, thumbs up, nice. Yeah, very good. All right, American students usually stay in a dorm. On the other hand, Japanese students stay in apartments. Unlike Japanese students, this is the same as before. Unlike Japanese students, comma, American students must stay in a dorm. Rather than is good too. Rather than living in a dorm, Japanese students live in an apartment. Yeah. In contrast and different than. So here are some examples. Of course, I will send this to you after so you can see many examples. All right, let's move on. This is all about housing, right? So I thought maybe it's a good idea for us to try to think of more questions about housing, because maybe you can ask questions to the Russian students about housing in university. So if you can think of a good question about housing, can you give me a thumbs up? Let's try to make a question. Like, what do you want to ask? What, when, where, how? Okay, Kimiko.
Where do you live?
Yeah, the simplest question. Where do you live? Yeah. Did someone, Kana, did you have a thumbs up? Yes, okay. Kana.
How long do you take to go to university?
Okay, so this is good. It's better to say how long, oh, I realized you. How long does it take? So this set is very, very good for asking questions. Oops. How long does it take? See if I can make it better. Okay. How long does it take to nani nani? How long does it take to eat dinner? How long does it take to go to university? Very good question. Yeah. If you live in an apartment, then every day you have to walk or ride a bicycle. So maybe it's very far. But in a dorm, you're very close to classes. So it's easier. Any other questions about housing? How about how much? Oh, Shinga, go ahead. Sorry.
What your dormitory life? What is dormitory?
Yeah, go ahead, try. I'll help you.
What your dormitory life is like?
Yeah. What is your dormitory life like? Yeah. This is also good grammar. You can say, what is something like? Terrible square. What is nantoka like? Yeah. What is your dormitory life like? Very good. Yeah. My idea was how much, maybe it's a rude question, but like how much, oops, not red. How much is staying in the dorm? Yeah. For example, at my school, staying in the dorm was much cheaper than an apartment. The apartments are very expensive, but the dorms were very cheap. Good. Okay, let's move to a new idea. Let's move to the next idea. So this one is very interesting, I think. The idea here is graduating rates, right? Rates. Rates are usually like a percentage, or sometimes it's like 3-1 or something, but usually it's a percentage. So here's what she says. Aya says, it is difficult, it is difficult to get into university in Japan, but it is relatively easy to graduate. People say the opposite thing happens at universities in America. Yeah. So this means in Japan, the test is very difficult to go to university, but it's very easy to graduate. And in America, it's very easy to go to university, but very difficult to graduate. So let's try. So we've got, it is difficult to get into university in Japan. The opposite is true in America. So let's try, let's try one here. Can someone try to give me a sentence with one of these? Anybody? Do you want to try? Of course, I will help you. Nobody? All right, maybe I'll start one and you try to finish it. So for example, let's see. Okay, ooh, it keeps putting that back. I don't know why. So the entrance exam for Japanese universities is very difficult. In contrast, what? Can someone answer it? The entrance exam, the test for Japanese, this is Japanese university, is very difficult. In contrast, yeah, kana. Oh, Anna, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
In,
okay.
in contrast, the entrance exam for American university is easy.
Easy. American university is easy. Very good. So in contrast is very similar to on the other hand, the like tsukaikata, the way to use. On the other hand and in contrast are very, very similar, the same way to use. So you can choose which one you like. If you like on the other hand, you can use it. If you like in contrast, you can use it. So my advice is don't try to use all of these. Maybe choose one or two that you like and you can use it many times. So if there is one phrase that you like to use or it's easy to use, you can use it every time. If you try to use 6, maybe you will make many mistakes, which is okay. It's okay to make a mistake, but it's easier to use the same one that you like over and over. I have this problem in Japanese of always talking the same way, the same grammar, because it's clear and easy to say. So maybe I don't sound like a native speaker, but the people can understand me, and that's important. So in the future, when all of you talk to the Russian students, being clear is more important than good, amazing English. It's more important to be clear, 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 simple English. Yeah. All right, then let's talk about graduating rates. Here are my sentences. For example, it is easy to graduate in Japan instead of difficult, like in the US. So what do you think? Do you think it's easy to graduate from Japanese university? If yes, thumbs up. If no, then like, I don't know, hokani, something else. Yes? Yes, oh, we got 2 yeses. Kimiko, Shingo, what do you think? Yes or no?
No.
No is okay. No? Okay. Shingo, how about you?
No.
No, okay, cool. Yeah, yes or no. I think maybe it's difficult, but compared to America or Japan, America or another country, here is the statistics. So in university, 60% of students graduate within 6 years. In 6 years, only 60% graduate. But in Japan, it's 85% in 4 years. In my university, maybe around half of my friends quit school. They stopped university and got a job. So it's very hard to graduate. But everybody can go to university. It's very easy and very expensive. Okay, so we're running out of time. So let's try some questions about graduating. So can we make some questions about graduating or entrance exams or grades? Anything like this? What kind of questions can we ask? For example, you could say like, is it easy or is it difficult to something? Can someone make a question? You can do it. Yes, Kimiko.
以じじゃなくて What is required to graduate?
Ah, okay, okay, good, good, good. What is required to graduate? Very, very good. What is required to graduate? How about Japanese university? Anybody? Kimiko, Kana, Shotaro, Shingo, anybody? What is required to graduate Japanese university? Thumbs up if you want to speak. Oh, Kimiko? Okay, go ahead, Kimiko.
Paper, 론분? How? I don't know how to say 론분.
I think it's thesis. Maybe thesis. Like eisakubun would be essay. So maybe you can say essay, but I think this is called a thesis. A thesis is the paper you write to get a degree. Yeah. So maybe thesis, but also master's students have to write a thesis. There's a different kind of thesis. And then PhD students write a dissertation, I think. Or maybe it's I'm not sure. I've never studied PhDs. Yeah, a thesis. Maybe you also need credits. Yeah. So each class gives you credits, like 2 credits, 3 credits, 4 credits, and you need many, many credits to graduate. I don't remember my school. Maybe 100 and something, 70? I don't remember.
What is credit?
Credit is like a point that you get for each class. So some classes give you 2 credits. Some classes give you 3 credits. And if you want to graduate, you need, like, I don't know, 100 credits or 200 credits. Do you know at Kanazawa University, how many credits do you need? Do you know? Anybody? Maybe Shotaro knows since he's a senior. Yeah, Shotaro, how many credits?
Need to get 130.
30. Okay, 130 credits. Yeah, I remember when I was a senior, I was very stressed about credits. How many credits do I have? Yeah, very good. So what is required to graduate? Maybe a thesis paper and credits, 130 credits or something. So it might be very interesting to ask, how many credits do you need to graduate? That's a very interesting question to ask the Russian students. Maybe they need more. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes left. So I want to talk about our opinions. So this writer, Aya, she wrote her opinion about Japanese schools and American schools. So the next part is about our opinions and agreeing and disagreeing. So if someone gives their opinion, there's polite language, like teine no language for agreeing with people or disagreeing. The easiest thing, the most easiest of all is I agree. It's very easy. I agree with Shotaro. I agree with Kana. You can also say I agree that and make a sentence. So I agree that it is good. I agree that people don't something. Yeah. Some other easy ones are like, I also think, this one's so easy. I also think that it is good. And a simple phrase, that's true. It's a very simple phrase. I wonder if I can make a circle. Ooh, crazy circle. Okay, that's true. Disagreeing is the exact same. I disagree with, I disagree that, SV. This is the same, just dis, or red, dis, which means not. I disagree. Very easy. You also can say, I don't think, instead of also. Don't think that something. And a good phrase for disagreeing is, I don't think so. Ooh. There we go. I don't think so. So we are going to try to talk about Aya's opinion and if we think the same thing. Here is her opinion. She had a very strong opinion about professors. She said, Japanese professors do not give as much homework as their American counterparts. Counterparts here is professors, American professors. So Japanese professors do not give as much homework as American professors because some professors give grades based merely on one midterm and one final exam's results. This means, she means in your class, your grade is based on 2 tests. So the midterm, like halfway point, the midterm test and the final test determines your grade. So if you get a 100 and a 100, your grade is 100, for example. This is very different from America. So here's her opinion. She gives a very strong opinion here. She says, they don't seem to care about your understanding as long as you get a high enough score. So she thinks Japanese professors only care about exam scores. And I want to know, what is your opinion? What do you think? So what do you think about exam scores and professors in Japan? If you have an opinion, give me a thumbs up. What do you think? You can agree, disagree, anything is okay. Anyone? No? I don't know, so I can't tell you. I've never gone to a Japanese university. Oh, Kana, what do you think?
I agree with her. I agree with her opinion.
I agree with her. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I agree with her. So can you tell us more?
Our professor make much of final exam and midterm exam, but our homework, our professor, of course, our professor evaluates our homework, but they especially make much of exams.
Exams. Very good. Nice. Yeah, so you agree, let me erase this here. You agree about this, as long as you get a high enough score to pass the exams. You agree. Very good. So how about they don't seem to care about your understanding? Does anyone agree or disagree? It's a very strong opinion. Yes, Shingo, go for it.
I agree with this idea.
Ooh. I agree with this idea. Very good. Yeah, you can do someone or just any noun is okay. This idea, this opinion. Yeah, I agree with this idea. Okay, can you tell us a little bit more?
Some teachers like physics or mathematics.
Yeah.
They don't care about how how students
okay.
how students understand.
Yeah. So it's more important to take a test.
Yes.
And pass the test. Yeah. Yeah. So of course, I don't know about Japanese professors, but this is also true a little bit in America, depending on the professor. Tests are very important, but I think it's more important in Japan. Tests are the most important thing. So, yeah, I hope that professors care about your understanding. I hope so. But I think maybe they think if you pass the exam, you must understand the material. Yeah. So if you want to disagree, first, does anybody disagree? Okay, Shotaro, tell us.
So I disagree with her opinion because I take class that doing some basic experiment.
Yes.
And professor told us how to use mechanical machine or how to analyzing something.
Yes.
Until we recognize again and again, they told me.
Yeah,
so they considering our
understanding.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I think also maybe it's because you are a higher level student, like junior, senior, because maybe, I don't know, but maybe first year classes are not as important as senior classes. So the professors think maybe you will get a job being a scientist. So it's very important that you understand the machines and everything. And the lower classes, if you don't understand, you will understand as you go on to more classes. So maybe the year is different too. Of course, I don't know. But yeah, very good though. Disagree. So in all of these situations, you can also say like, I don't think so, for example. I don't think so. I disagree with her. Or that's true. I agree with her. So these two phrases, that's true and I don't think so, these are great, great phrases for conversation about your opinion. So please use them if you have a conversation about opinion. Okay, our last thing, the last thing I want to try, here we go. Let's try to think about some questions for the Russian students about professors and grades. What kind of questions can we ask? You can thumbs up if you can think of a question. Who, what, when, where, how much, do you, is it? So I have one. Maybe how important. So remember, you can use how plus keiyoshi. like how much, how big, how small. How important are test scores? Or how important is homework? You could also say, at the end, you could say, for your grade, or grade is score, your score, like A, B, C, those kind of score. How important are test scores for your grade? How important is homework for your grade? Can anybody think of a different question? Professors or grades? Or like, what do you want to know? Okay, Shingo.
Do your professors teach you eagerly?
Oh, okay. Eagerly, yeah. You could also say, do your professors care about teaching or care about your understanding? Oh, no space, no space. Oh no. Sorry. All right, sorry, Kimiko, I think you had a question too.
Yeah. There foreign professors in your university?
Oh, very, very good, yeah. Are there foreign professors? I'm gonna say uni for space. Yeah. Does anybody else have another one? I think we could maybe do one more if anyone has an idea. Professors or grades, scores. Oh, Kana.
Research.
Sorry, Kana, I couldn't hear you. One more time.
What is the number of professors?
Oh, yeah. What is the number of professors? Very good. You could also say, how many professors are there? Both are okay. Same question. Yeah. So this is important because there's a professor to student ratio. Like how many professors do each student, sorry, how many students do each professor teach? Yeah, it's very important. So you could also ask class size. Last time we talked about it, yesterday we talked about it. How many students are in a class? Because usually smaller classes are better for learning. Yeah, like now we have 4 people. So every one of you can talk to me easily. But if we have 100 people, you will never be able to thumbs up and get a chance to speak unless we do rooms like before. Yeah, great questions. Very good. Okay, we are out of time, but I will send this PowerPoint to you with all this writing. So you can see everything that I wrote on it today, all of this highlighting and writing, everything will be here. So I will send it to Maki-san and she will send it to everybody. Cool. So I have a question for everyone. I haven't finished next week's lesson plan because I want to ask you, is there something that you want to practice for next Friday on Zoom? Is there something you want to practice? Anything special? Oh, I don't have a blank page. Is there something special you want to practice for next lesson? If not, it's okay. I will choose. Oh, Kimiko.
To practice translating Japanese into English.
Ah,
I don't know. I have a lot of words, but how to say in English.
okay. So you mean if you have like a very difficult idea, or if you're reading something?
Yeah, and speaking.
Yeah.
When I
You can say it in Japanese. Go ahead.
日本語で言えても英語で言えない言葉があるので、
Like now, 今みたい。
そうだから
Yeah. No problem. I have the same problem every day in Japan. I have English thoughts and I can't say it. Yeah. But we can practice some difficult topics. Okay, then maybe for next time, I will ask Maki-san to give you small homework. The only thing is, if you can write something in Japanese that you want to say in English, then maybe in class we can practice making it English. Not like long thing, like one idea. Yeah. So I will tell Maki-san to tell everyone, and maybe next time we can practice it. Yeah. But we'll talk more next time. But the most important thing is to make simple, clear English. Yeah. So we'll try that. Thank you. All right. Sorry, we're out of time, but this was very fun. Sorry, I went 2 minutes too long, but thank you very much. Next week on Thursday, we have another face-to-face lesson, and then Friday, a Zoom lesson. So I will make more stuff for that. But thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend. Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. See ya.